if you're gonna do this crap with the Wonka prequel, you might as well cancel it right now. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one and only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy! Guess who needs a very own version of Wonka for themselves? Twitter does. Apparently they never saw the original and don't even understand why having a remake, reboot, prequel, sequel, all of the above, or something as iconic as Willy Wonka is, like, you don't even understand why this is a bad idea. And this is a horrible idea. I already said this is a horrible idea from the beginning. I'm against any recasting, redo, reboot, revamping, prequel, sequel, all of the above. Against all of those things. And for about a minute when I was maybe in grade school, in second grade, I said, hey, maybe do a glass elevator and do it animated, do a sequel. But I was a stupid kid then, and I was 8 and I didn't, or maybe I was 7. I don't remember how old I was then. Don't listen to your children on these things, and don't listen to these children on Twitter either, because they will tank your movie, and they will just do further and further to divide the cultures on this planet, in this area. Country, we're in a country, aren't we? We're in a country. And that's all we really need, isn't it? More of the reeing masses having their way with things that they don't actually want and won't actually see, and are only going to complain to us when we actually say, don't touch our favorite properties. Don't start with me. And what is it this time that they're asking for that they don't actually want, but they're trolling you and your investors, studios? Studios, listen up. They're trolling you to get you to waste money on this garbage just so that they can get their little ironic likes and retweets from people who half the time they don't even realize that this all started as a sarcastic little troll job. This all started as this sarcastic, liking it ironically sort of thing. This is how you got, Idris Elba should play James Bond. This is how you got a lot of this stuff. From this ironic sort of React channel culture. You know, these young people who are now in the millennial group who I think they genuinely don't realize that it started ironically. And they see isms, they see racist and sexist and absolutely everything because they didn't realize that they were all being trolled. So don't cater to them. They're not that bright, and they don't actually spend money on things, as we've already seen. With a Wonka prequel in the works, fans are sharing their dream cast. No, they're not fans. These are troll accounts that are only designed to get a reaction and to get a rise out of people. They don't actually believe what they think they do, because if they did, they wouldn't be as miserable as they can sometimes be. We've all had encounters with these people. We've all had our run-ins with them. And you know what happens. They like to make up these arguments. They like to say, well, you're just a this because of this and this and this. Based on whatever opinion. I'm doing the same thing, I know. Cancel me for it. Just go ahead and cancel me. But we have the proof. In every one of these properties. Every one of these. Look at Batwoman Season 2. You have an 80% drop in viewership. Alright, the very people who are like, yes, Batwoman should be black next. They're not watching it. We know they're not watching it, and they're not going to watch this either. And now, you know what? She's gorgeous. She's not Willy Wonka. And I know what you're thinking. And I had to address this after the fact as I'm editing this, that you're saying, but you just don't want No. I would not want a Willy Wonka prequel, reboot, remake, sequel if they dug up Gene Wilder and reanimated his lifeless body. None of these things are going to be as iconic. Even with the reanimated Gene Wilder, it wouldn't matter. So no, I do not want a Willy Wonka anything. And it's not because of ist or phobe or or what. No. Be a model. I don't know who she is, but she's clearly striking and stunning. Janelle Monáe as Wonka. A lot of people want Tom Holland. Or this other dude, Timothy with an E. Chalamet. Tom Holland? I like Tom Holland. I like him in Spider-Man. He's perfectly charming. Not Wonka. None of these people are Wonka. You know, and then see, this is what they do. This is why they want to do this. They want to have this woman right here as Wonka. Because then they will complain and say, oh, look at all these people. Look at all these ists and phobes. Missing the entire point of it, that you're the people who don't even freaking buy the tickets. You're the people, like, these are the people who don't even watch the properties. The Mary freaking Sue that was so up the ass of Captain Marvel even got called out for being a bad feminist for not even watching it. I know, right? Yeah, it's like we tell the studios these things, and yet they're still constantly listening to this narrative, this message. That's the only reason why these properties would fail. That's the only reason why these properties won't do amazing things. Who even remembers the James Franco Wizard of Oz prequel? Nobody. I saw it once. I barely remember it. Wizard of Oz is iconic. So is Willy Wonka. This is why you don't do these things. And, you know, people always complain to me and say, hey, Mecha, why do you always just call it the bad stuff? Oh, I've got a good video coming soon. And if you guys do like my content, please like, subscribe, share. It really, really helps. Hitting the sub button, turning on your notifications. YouTube says 12% of the people have those on. Also, I do have a Patreon, Twitter, Twitch. I have Subscribestar, which I don't really use, and BitChute, which I will use if I absolutely have to. Most likely, I will be over on Twitch playing video games or cooking or doing IRL sort of chat streams if anything happens to me over here. So that's where you'll most likely find me because of this stuff, because they're going to label me as anti-whatever just because I don't personally want a Wonka reboot, sequel, prequel. Because it is that iconic. And this is where we're at. And any channel that you value and really want to see thrive in this sort of environment, any channel that you like that speaks the common sense, then definitely subscribe to them. They would appreciate it too. This crap. Warner Brothers is eyeing Tom Holland or Timothy, whatever. This Timothy kid kind of looks like a young Willy Wonka. He kind of looks like the cartoon version on the old 90s commercials. I want to say the 90s commercials. That's kind of who he kind of looks like. But still, please don't do a prequel of Willy Wonka. Please don't. All right, now here you go. Tilda freaking Swinton. She's the one that they wanted to play David Bowie in Labyrinth, the prequel, reboot, sequel, whatever. And I'm also against that one too, because we have Labyrinth. It's iconic. You can't do it again. It was a reboot, wasn't it? A remake. No matter who you choose, no matter who they choose as far as casting goes, and here's where you're gonna say, oh, but Mecha, give them a chance. Mecha, give them a chance. This is iconic. This is something that is ingrained and transcends pop culture. It is referenced throughout, and no matter what you do, no matter who you cast, whether it be Tom Holland or Tilda Swinton or Janelle Monáe, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. Like I said, nothing against her. She's lovely. She's gorgeous. No matter who you cast, you are still taking a shit in somebody's memory and saying that their Wonka is no more. And you even run the risk when you replace the people who grew up on the Johnny Depp version. This is what happens when you have all these versions of pop culture coming out over and over again. It's like they've convinced people that every generation or every few years we need a new version of the same iconic character. And, oh, in a couple more years, this version will look like you because we're going to swap it out. But that's not the thing. I mean, our movies are not iPhones. They're not something that's disposable that you're going to buy a new one every year. And I don't even buy a new phone every year anyway, but nor do I buy the iPhone. I have a Samsung. The point is, that is how they want to treat our movies, our property. And that's why I don't care that much about a lot of these modern day movies and TV shows. I do have one that looks really, really good that I'm going to be talking about. So I'll probably link that in this video somewhere, or check it out. I'm talking about actually Resident Alien, which is a unique original property that does look a little different. It isn't something I've seen before. Wonka is, all right? And I will be doing a positive video on Resident Alien if you guys do want to check out positive content of mine, where I'm not just ranting like a crazy person. But this is just an insult. And even somebody who grew up with the Johnny Depp version is going to have that as their iconic one. And maybe it's time for Hollywood to just be called out and say, yeah, let it go. Let go. Your reboots, remakes, prequels, redos, readaptations, etc. They're getting stale, it's getting old, it's getting boring. It's time for some fresh entertainment. It's time for some fresh consumables. Because that's what they are. They're consumables, but they become so iconic and they become so much a part of your life that everybody knows this image. Everybody has seen Willy Wonka. Everybody has seen the iconic version. Everybody has a memory attached to it. Everybody has an interpretation. Everybody sees something a little different. If you look at somebody like me, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of like a slasher movie. What happened to all those? And that's what I like about it. It's one of those movies that you see differently when you're young and when you're an adult watching it. Nothing they do is going to stand up to that because we just don't have the quality coming out of the studios. We just don't have the originality. We just don't have that spark, that passion to go and take a chance on something new. They just keep having to rehash and retread. So I have ranted about this rehash, retread, redo, reboot, prequel, sequel. You know what they're going to do? They're just going to make it the Wiz. They're just going to make it the Wiz. And there's nothing wrong with the Wiz from The Wizard of Oz. If they cast, sure, go ahead, make it the Wiz. Make it like that. Make it something so unique. I mean, I still probably won't watch it because, let's face it, with all this, you need to see yourself on screen. The more I see that, the more I'm told, maybe it's not for you anyway. All right, fine. I won't watch it. I'll go watch something else that is made for me. I am Mecha Random 42, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.